That would be your cue, Bill.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts
Diddly-dee.
Oh, wait. We're doing things?
Yes.
Oh.
I got it.
We're doing all the things.
All right. I'll go ahead and do it then. Welcome to the Geek Switch podcast, turning on to everything new and nerdy. We are definitely adults, or in need of an adult.
We do adult things. Lots
I
of
need an
language.
adult.
Ooh, wait. If that's what you want, can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah, do it.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Welcome to Geek Switch podcast. We do everything new and nerdy. And by the way, if you're in need of adults, we're right fucking here. So anyway, I'm Bill Butts, guest starring. I also have us with us wonderful.
We've got, of course, Casey and Dante Fury and myself. Tony is not here. Robin is not here. We think Tony's watching Twilight, so...
Tony is watching Twilight.
Called it.
That or he's just exhausted from all the Comic-Con stuff. We're not sure which.
I think he said something about a Twilight marathon before getting some wine spritzers and maybe some Zimas. Settling
Which is a
into the night.
terrifying thought.
Terrifying. One man's terror is another man's arousing.
Well, instead of us going over we'll do a quick we've been doing this week thing, but we'll mostly because Bill and I had been doing mostly the same thing for the past week.
Oh, God, beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, we've been playing Destiny, and I think you're going through withdrawals. I actually have 5 games for my PS4 because I am going through Destiny withdrawals. It's like Last of Us came out. Okay, I'll buy that. Some Killzone.
It's not even the Steam Summer Sale. What are you doing?
I know, it's terrible. Well, I have GameFly, and I've had GameFly so long it does that entire thing where if you have nothing else on your queue, it'll automatically send you what's in the only one thing in your queue, and it automatically becomes used. So I'm getting The Last of Us for I think $32 or something.
Nice.
It's basically a way to get the GameStop discount without having to work at GameStop or subscribe to Game Informer or deal with GameStop in any way, shape, or form. The only downside is you can't trade in games, but brand new game at used prices and cheaper because there's occasionally coupons.
Very true.
Well, a lot of people have been wondering how that GameStop model is really going to survive, especially if game companies start implementing DRM. And I think it's a good way for them to branch out and make sure they're here in the future.
Actually, the crazy thing is GameStop put out a report a couple weeks ago where they made a shit ton of money off of digital sales. Because things like when the Steam sale happens, they'll go, here, have 30% more on trade towards a $50 Steam card or a $100 Steam card.
That's
And
brilliant.
it's just like, you're a bunch of fucking bastards. This way Or they'll do discounts on the the DLC on the card or stuff like that, and it's like that's the only way they are going to survive. But Bill and I have been playing a shit ton of Destiny. I think Bill played more than me.
It's unhealthy how much I played that game.
So before we go in too much more, describe Destiny, what the platform is, why it's important.
PS4, PS3, Xbox One, hopefully PC at some point. It is Bungie's new game, and it's everything that was good about Halo mixed kind of with a quasi MMO.
Nice.
Dude, it's like Halo 2. Star Wars had a baby and threw in a little bit of Mass Effect, and you have Destiny.
Absolutely. The most amusing thing I have is about 3 missions into the game, because you can do the single player kind of co-op based. You get a hover bike, and just racing people. I mean, there were people doing random weird shit in this beta that you wouldn't do in a normal beta. Like, I kept racing other people up and down a valley with the hover bikes. There were people who were playing Duck Duck Goose in the social area.
Nice.
Dude, for the group I was in, there's actually 5 hidden chests. 5 called the Golden Chest. people kept getting pissed off at us because, speaking of hover bikes, if you found all of them, which we did, you got a special speeder bike that was a little bit faster than everybody else's and could handle handling a lot better. You'd be like, see, if you guys going full speed, all of a sudden you see us going behind, past me going still, like, I fucking hate all of you.
See, I didn't hear about the fucking golden chest till the end, so yeah, there's a little bit of Borderlands thrown in there, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
And it is very co-op focused, and it between spending time doing that, the WoW beta finally. It's like I've been a Blizzard fan and like an account since fucking Warcraft 1, and I can't get a fucking I couldn't get a Draenor beta key, and I couldn't get a fucking Heroes of the. I still don't have a Heroes of the Storm beta key or alpha key, and it's just like, really, guys? I know I'm not the guy who subscribes a year at a fucking time, and I do take breaks, but at the same time, look at my fucking account history and go, maybe we should have sent one to him. Instead, I re-upped for my IGN Prime account, and this is a fucking kicker. So I apparently when I moved to Texas 2 years ago, I forgot to switch the credit card over that did my $33 yearly annual IGN Prime. So when I reactivated my, because I went to go get the beta clean, it's like, you don't have an IGN Prime account. Click here to subscribe. And I'm like, $7 for a monthly. I get whatever free games they're offering right now, because it does the PlayStation Plus kind of thing, where they give beta keys and free games of the month and all that shit. And I go to click it, and the next thing I knew, I look at my account, and there's like a $7 charge, $33.99, $33.99, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
They apparently charged me for the year that the payment can't failed on, and then they charged me for a year again from when that would have renewed. I shoot their ass, and I left an email like you wouldn't believe. And like, okay, we'll refund one of them. I'm like, no, you're going to refund both of them. I haven't had this bad of customer service since dealing with Comcast. And this was a day after that giant Comcast story had gone everywhere.
Sir, you've gone too far.
So it's like, I do this, and no, I did two things in key with this. Is I posted, I'm like, I have also contacted Kotaku about your response and the bullshit you're trying to pull, and I posted in the IGN Private Prime Facebook group, and the guy who's one of the main social media happened to be one of the QA guys or not QA, customer service guys that I got my ticket, and they're like, oh, we'll take care of you, and it's like, what's the thing? And it's like, it was fixed in 5 minutes. It's like, I will retract my email from Kotaku. Because I did actually tweeted Kotaku, and it's like, come on, who do I have to talk to get this? Because this is one of those stories where their email was such bullshit that if it got posted, people would have been livid at IGN. I mean, it was literally bullshit because it's like, we told you we're canceling. It's like, I don't have any email that said, like, there was nothing on the webpage that said, if you renew your account, we're going to charge you all this other shit.
Oh, let's charge you for the year that you didn't use.
And well, I mean, that's the thing is, I would have been kind of okay with them going, okay, I'm renewing. Don't charge me a month. Charge me the $33 for the year starting now. But they wanted to start it in March, and I'm like, what about all the other shit that happened during that time? I've lost several months. Fuck you. No, refund everything. Reminds me, I need to cancel my month. The only other neat thing that happened this week is, since the last podcast, is I gave in and got Loot Crate and a Nerd Box. The Nerd Box came with a fucking Nerf gun.
Really?
And the shirt.
Oh, which one?
It's a little one. I absolutely recommend anyone who has shit that comes through their mail and hates getting shit to their mail. Loot Crate's like $15 a month, and Nerd Box is about $33 because I'm a bigger guy, so I have to get the bigger shirt size. And you have to pay.
Ask you about that.
It comes from Canada, so you might have to do the whole bank might not charge you for the currency conversion. But the Loot Crate came with some good stuff. I'll admit, Loot Crate was pretty cool. The Nerd Box came with so much more cool shit. Like,
well, for twice the price, it better be nice.
Well, I mean, the shirt is a better quality. The shirt is about the quality you would get off of some of the like Teespring or T-Fury or one of those sites.
I think my girlfriend would actually kill for that shirt, by the way.
This is actually the DVD I got from Nerdbox. It is It's Comic-Con the movie, the Morgan Spurlock documentary. The special edition that comes with a Harry Knowles and a Stan Lee.
Yes.
I opened it up, I'm like, that's kind of badass.
Yes.
And that's like a younger Stan Lee too. That's not the current Stan Lee.
Now let's compare that to the Loot Crate DVD I got.
Oh.
Better T-shirt. I mean, I think the Loot Crate has. Now, admittedly, I do have bills.
So does this mean that the dollar is going further in Canada? Oh, fuck you! God damn it!
I do have Bill socks. Bill cosplays as Deathpool.
I applaud that, and I will too soon. By the way, a couple things on that. I want to jump to it because I'm really excited about Deadpool stuff.
Yeah.
There's the official trailer that's linked on the Geek Switch site. You know, the little, was it 2-minute promo for Deadpool that never got released? Ryan Reynolds voicing it and a lot of CGI.
Seen it.
Masturbated to it.
And they released a high-quality version of it that is so much better.
Dude, I actually wanted to know like what the picture was. Saw it in HD. Bro.
It's him cutting off the guy's head.
Oh.
Yeah. It completely makes up for the Wolverine. I think that like 5-minute clip it's like 3 minutes, right? Completely makes up for that entire movie because it's like that's at least the actor gets
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds gets the character. Yeah. Absolutely gets the character. I think he did in the Wolverine. I think just how the Wolverine ended with the whole weird fusion bullshit and
yeah, with swords that pop out and Nightcrawler-esque powers and all that horseshit. Yeah. Fuck that.
But what else have you been up to, Bill, other than Destiny and working the fuck out because that's what you do?
What I do? Oh man. Well, at the time this was being recorded, I actually spent a lot of my week getting ready for what's called the 48-hour Film Fest, which is going to be a hell of a challenge where you have to make a film from nothing to something in 48 hours. There's no way to cheat whatsoever because until you get there, 30 minutes before it actually even starts, you have to show up in person team leader, and they're going to give you a character that must be used, a prop that must be used, a line that must be used, and a genre type that must be used. So it is impossible to cheat.
I hope you get samurai film with a blanket.
If I do, I will call you immediately. I will somehow fly all the way to Texas. Just to get like a 10 seconds to you so I can fly back and make sure you're in it. If it is Samurai with a Pillow, you're going to be in
Samurai with a Pillow is even better.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, but national competition, hey, where it goes.
Which city is this going to be in?
Technically, it's going to be national, but like this particular one is going to be all throughout Kansas City.
Okay, nice.
Yep. And the top ones can compete in the national competition for it. Well, their specific film would compete national for it. I intend to. See now,
Casey's going to try and go find out one local where he is and see if he can jump on it.
I don't think there are any. Well, there might be one in San Francisco, but other than that,
I was going to say I'm just prepping for A-Fest in a couple weeks, so. A convention, I'm not working.
Oh, what a nice change.
Because I couldn't get PAX South tickets.
Balls.
Nope.
Bill, LA. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, LA, San Diego, San Francisco. There are actually 3 in California.
Boom. Get it?
And they hit both Portlands, one in Maine, one in Oregon. Nice.
Your main competition's probably going to be Portland, because they're just going to put out something fucking weird. That's going to be the city that gets fucking samurai with like a fish or something. Or Austin. Austin could probably do that.
So Dante, you're going to make a samurai movie with a pillow?
No, that's what we're hoping for, but it'll probably be something weird.
I think in true samurai fashion, you should run up to somebody, throw them a pillow, and just have a random pillow fight in the street.
I'd hate to.
I've done it in his glory.
I hate to say it, Bill, but I know you do. You've done some film work in KC, some independent work. Maybe you pitch that to one of your friends and go, "We need to make an Akira Kurosawa film style with pillows."
The 7 Sleepy Time Samurai.
All the slow-mo.
Okay, what would be better, that or a Pootie Tang parody involving a pillow?
You whip them with pillows instead of actual belt?
We tried that. We couldn't get them to fit through the belt loops.
Oh God!
No. As he pulls the belt, not the belt off, just the buckle. Then you do the jump cut to the pillow on the end of the buckle. So he's just hit. No, that's a terrible idea. I don't think Chris Rock wants anyone to remember that Pootie Tang exists, anyways.
Oh, how about Undercover Brother? Yeah, nobody remembers that? Good.
No, I remember that.
You got sold.
My God, he's eating mayonnaise.
Neil Patrick Harris, slap, daddy.
See, now I want to watch it again just for Neil Patrick Harris in it. And that was the cufflinks had hot sauce in it. Was that one of the things?
It was not the high point in cinematic history.
Nor was White Girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
That has literally made my stomach turn, just like right there. Oh God. Oh.
All right, so Casey, what are you been up to? Black Dynamite's good. Black Dynamite has a cartoon and an anime. Well, I guess it would be anime, not cartoon. But
yeah.
Casey, what have you been up to?
Oh, nothing much. They did something one of my friends did something really cool in Sacramento. They went on a grub crawl. So instead of like a pub crawl where you drink yourself stupid, this is one where you eat yourself stupid, and what's even better is you can drink while you're doing it. So
that sounds beautiful.
Right. I think they got it the right way around because, when the purpose is food, you have that buffer for drinking, and then you got a whole bunch of people with common interests, and that, a lot of talking, great times. So if you haven't tried a grub crawl, for God's sakes, find one. It is fucking awesome. Other than that, the big thing I did is that 2 days ago I put in an order for the NVIDIA Shield tablet. So it is like the newest, hottest thing. It's a gaming tablet that NVIDIA's put out. And as soon as it arrives, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, I kind of want that just for... Ooh, what? Things are being submitted. Okay. I kind of want that really bad because you can hook it up to your TV, and if you have an NVIDIA video card, you can stream any of the fucking games from your PC to your TV.
It doesn't... you could actually use it like a Google TV Center if you want. So you can stream stuff straight from that in 1080p. It's not restricted to 780 because they went through all the hoops to get get approved for DRM management and all that stuff, so that they can put it out in like super high def. It'll go out to 4K TVs, all that shit.
Crap.
It is pretty.
It is powerful.
Yeah, there are a couple streaming options. One is streaming from your home PC, which actually requires you to use a router within your household to do, which strikes me as kind of funny, but kind of weird. Like, if you're going to game on your gaming PC and actually flip that monster on, wouldn't you rather be playing at your PC than like on a little 8-inch tablet?
No, that's... The reason it goes through your router is actually a design of it for a future, like it's in California is where they're testing it. is the reason it's being pushed through your router is because eventually they want to have it to where is not just your TV, but anywhere you are and you have that tablet, you can play.
Right. So the requirements for using this, you need the 5 gigahertz band on your router. You need, I think, 10 or 15 download and maybe like 5 upload on your internet connection. So these are connection requirements that are not necessarily accessible to a lot of people, per se, but I do like the direction it's going. There's also the potential to stream from it to your TV, as well as having like 4 controllers connected to it wirelessly, so 4 people could play on your individual Shield tablet, and that's any like Google game or the ones that they're offering specifically through that.
So, in other words, it's basically, sadly, what the probably handheld Xbox device should have been. In some regards, because, let's face it, the Xbox is the direct Xbox.
Yeah, I'm thinking this one's going to be a lot better. I think it's a lot better than their handheld iteration. This seems like the next one. You have the functionality of the tablet, and yet the option to take it to a friend's house, hook it up to their TV, and game with 4 of your friends. Well, 3 of your friends.
And ironically, the Shield, their previous outing, can be used as a controller for the new device. So if you still have the first generation Shield, it doesn't become useless. Which is kind of funny. And I was just like, that's kind of smart of them. I was like, oh. Also, just those who are watching, we're trying something new tonight. There's a little question thing if you visit us on Google versus YouTube. And you can actually submit questions to us, or you can questions on Twitter, and we'll do it that way. But it's some weird thing built into Google. They're like, hey, let's try it. It could be fun. And we have Bill here, so why not? Because this is probably going to be one of the weirder podcasts we've had. Because, I mean, we don't have Robin here this week and Tony, so there's no weird... what's the best way to put it? We don't say something that would offend Robin, and Tony doesn't say something that's so scary or weird that the entire podcast goes silent.
So silence just for that?
And we might have a slightly lower decibel than normal.
Go on.
I blame Bill.
I do not know what you're talking about.
All right, so we should probably get to the meat and potatoes. Other than whip out your pillow, Mr. Samurai. What the? Right.
You said to submit questions, so I did.
Through the app.
Right. Oh, well. Oh, fine.
Anyways, so we need to talk Comic-Con, because Comic-Con happened, and lots of insane shit happened, including the blue balls that WB decided to give all of us by doing the not smart thing of saying, hey, we have this little teaser that we're going to show and never let anyone else fucking see ever again. While Marvel's stuff eventually does come out and get teased and shown or put on a DVD or something, but yeah, the Warner Brothers is like, fuck you, if you weren't there you didn't get to see it, except for if you had I think it was up for maybe an hour and a half to see the footage for Batman Superman, and then that was it. I mean, they were pulling that down as fast as they fucking could. It was scary. I'm kind of regretting now. I actually had a copy open, and I went to refresh it in a different webpage just to see if it had been pulled down, and it had, and I was like, I could start recording this copy I have, and it's like, I don't want to get strikes against our YouTube page.
Well, you know, there are other ways around that. I'm just saying.
Like, I'd title it Not the Warner Bros. No.
Trust me. I'm not going to get into it here. But if you're faced with that situation again, give me a call. So, it's Superman versus Batman. I mean, tell us more for people who did not have the luxury of getting to see the video.
I'm just questioning, did either of you guys actually get to see the footage?
No. Yep, I don't. Definitely did.
Holy shit.
Damn it!
Okay. I posted it on the page, and I was like, people, look at this while you can. That's why it's good to follow us on Facebook, because I'm actually being active and posting shit again. And it was basically, it's a stormy night in Gotham. It's raining. You see a guy next to the bat signal, and he punches the bat signal on, and it cuts out to the bat signal going up, and then as it changes the angle from this to back down, you see the new Batman when the lightning strikes. And the biggest thing about this is you see him in the armored batsuit, for one. The eyes in the mask of the armored batsuit are white. Like the old cartoon comic book, the white bat, like
Batman Beyond.
Yes, like it should be for a bat. What I see in a bat. Oh, I've always been bugged where you can actually see Batman's eyes. It's like that kind of takes part of the
anonymity away, the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, you might get lost in those deep, dark eyes.
And it is kind of terrifying to look at it like that. But it was, and then it does some more flashes. It does a close up of him, and then it cuts back to the sky and the bat symbol, and there comes Superman, he just comes into the bat symbol in the cloud, eyes glowing bright red, about ready to kick somebody's ass. And a lot of people, it was amazing. You could hear fanboys freaking the fuck out. And a lot of people, I don't think, realized until some people put up some stills of the trailer, because obviously the guys that were there and saw it live didn't get to go back and watch it over and over and go, holy shit, that's Frank Miller's. It's not only Frank Miller's design for the costume from The Dark Knight Returns, but it's also the armored Batman from that. And which makes me wonder, because that iteration of the Batman, he uses a fucking gun on Superman. He goes all out, and just the gloves are like shock, and he grabs his forehead and starts shocking him. And it's not a pretty fight in any way, shape, or form.
You're against Superman, who is, on all accounts, he is a god. You don't hold back against that at all.
Yeah. And it restored any lack of faith I had as having Ben Affleck as Batman. Because you really can't tell it's Ben Affleck in the suit, which is perfect.
So here's the thing. This is one of the most compelling stories, I think, in the DC universe. Is, you get the iconic Superman, and then you have more or less like the self-made superhero Batman going at it mano a mano, and it's a great story, because I want to believe that any army of one here can take off like the top of the pack Superman that's out there. But this I think is the story that really competes with what Marvel's been putting out, if they stay true to what Frank Miller originally wrote.
Well, okay, that's going to be the problem, though, is we know it's not going to be truly The Dark Knight Returns. First off, Batman's not 70, and we already know there are going to be other DC heroes in the movie. Cyborg, Wonder Woman, possibly there's talk of Green Arrow.
Black Adam.
Yeah. Which means if they had Black Adam, they'd have to have Shazam.
Yep.
But the thing is, the other downside to this awesome DC news was Xena, the Amazonian princess Wonder Woman.
Yep. Yep.
The outfit works, because I saw a picture of someone who colorized it to be correct, and it was like, okay, this works. This does look like an Amazonian kind of warrior outfit, but it's all the same fucking character. It looks like Xena.
To be fair, I've also seen a picture of Xena cut and pasted on that, going like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
I saw that.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
It's depressing. It's like, I'd rather have Aquaman in the film now.
I really am kind of curious about two things. If they're going to have the invisible jet, and if they're going to have her deflecting bullets off of her wrist bracers.
I don't know, because it looks leather.
I don't want to see either one of those. And if they can manage to tell a very compelling story, unlike, like their Superman, Batman, or Green Lantern movies, then I'm in it. A great, strong superheroine carrying an entire movie from DC would be a nice change.
You know what's probably going to happen? Is she's going to throw her golden lasso, and at the end there's going to be a frisbee disc looking thing. Chakram.
I'm slowly dying on the
I
inside.
know where you're going.
You know, I just hope one. You know, guys, like, you ever see the movie Justice League War? They just made
the anime film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they made that into like live action, that would be a good with that.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is the DC animated films are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
the Marvel animated films are shit. And it's the reverse. It's just like, really? Why? Why can't you? Is there some like secret pact between the two fucking houses? I know, like, the best example of why the DC animated films are a shit ton better. It's like people are bitching, like, why is Ryan Reynolds fucking Green Lantern? It should be Nathan Fillion. We all know it should be Nathan Fillion.
Oh yeah.
The First Flight movie that comes out at the exact same time as the live-action movie. Guess who voices Green Lantern in it? Nathan Fillion. And guess who keeps voicing the Green Lantern in the DC animated films? Nathan Fillion. It's just like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, come on, let's be honest. Look, he doesn't have a long shelf, much longer on the shelf. I mean, you got to take him and use him in a decent movie while you can, because, you know, the longer you wait, the older he gets.
And then Nathan Fillion is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, look. Glad to see Marvel's doing something versus, like, DC, like, we're just going to use your voice. No, we're putting you in the movie, says Marvel.
Except apparently it's just a cameo during the prison scene. But still,
you know, I hope he's wearing really tight pants.
I actually, as a fun thing, is I've introduced a few coworkers to Firefly over the last year, and I keep handing my Blu-ray out to other people. And one of them, the recent one, was our billing lady, who's like a huge Lord of the Rings fan. And she likes Castle and had never seen Firefly, so it's like handed it to her, and she handed it back to me about 2 weeks later and go, "You didn't tell me there was an entire fucking episode in dealing with a naked Nathan Fillion." And I was like, "Well, it's not the entire episode."
When you got that back, did you have to clean it off? Was it sticky?
No, thank God.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure. Maybe just the edges.
She's like 45, 50-ish.
I hate to tell you, even they rub one out.
Yeah, but I think she would probably do it more to Legolas. Like, she held her breath watching the new Hobbit trailer.
Oh, then she's going to love the fact that, you know, Legolas took a swing at Justin Bieber.
Yes, can we talk about that for a second and how fucking amazing that is?
Wait, looking this up right now. Now.
So Orlando Bloom, I guess, was in a restaurant and was within this close of hitting Justin Bieber. And I'm not going to say it was a great punch. I'm not going to say that he couldn't have knocked his shit out. But I think he was a little bit too far away to give it an honest go at knocking him out. But we do appreciate the effort. We will give him an A+ on this.
But what it does is it causes the internet to split in two. Because you have the Bieber fans, and you have the Legolas fans now hating each other on Twitter. Hey, and it's amazing.
Dante, guess what has 80 million legs and no pubic hair? Justin Bieber's fans!
Woo! Whoa. But the other part is the memes that have come out of it, like Legolas going, "You're just lucky it was a punch." It's just like...
You know, I would have been happier... Okay, yeah, I would have been happier if he actually landed it. Something, anything. But
no, because it would have been better to hear the story of Orlando Bloom in jail for punching Justin Bieber.
Right?
He'd have been bailed out in a minute. I would have paid the bail.
Heartbeat, yeah. No doubt. There'd be a Kickstarter up, and it'd do better than the dude that made, like, macaroni salad. No doubt.
It was potato salad, and that's still bullshit because I should have thought of it first.
Right.
Because you know he pocketed some of that. You know he donated a shit ton of it. But you know that motherfucker pocketed some of that.
Sure, why not? But more to the point, Justin Bieber's bodyguards, I mean, the guys that were hoofing up the Great Wall of China, where the hell were they? Yeah, I don't know.
That kind of fits into Comic-Con, sort of, I guess.
It does. I mean, as long as we're talking about fantastical things, why not? Why not?
Orlando Bloom. There was a new Hobbit trailer shown, so.
Oh right.
Which does look a shit ton better than the second one. The second one was all right, but I actually don't remember enough of the book where I'm actually looking forward to this and going, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't really remember. It's been 15 years since I read the book.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Oh, but I will say one more thing about Comic-Con. A perennial favorite of mine, D-Pity, the Deadpool dancer that goes to all the different cons, posted a new video for that, for San Diego Comic-Con. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. He does great stuff.
Isn't he the same guy who also did the
Luigi Death Stare video?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Awesome
but
stuff.
Bill, you've been out Deadpooled again.
Hey, I am perfectly okay with that.
You should do a pool buster. You should do Deathpool as a Ghostbuster.
No, I don't think you should.
Because I don't think that's been done yet, though. The Sailor Moon's been done. I think the Wolverine's been done. The Spider-Man's been done.
But,
yeah. Deadpool Lando? Yes.
Oh, you see, I type it so it doesn't get stuck.
Oh, Dante, you're killing me. I would
No,
love to have seen
Bill,
that.
No, Bill does cosplay Lando.
Right, right. But I don't think he's cosplayed both of them. And
I don't
an
think
idea like
anyone
that
has.
is going in a heartbeat.
That's why it's going to be so brilliant.
No, it would be more brilliant if you were at a convention that had Billy D. Williams.
I don't
Just so Billy D.
think
would be
he's ever
confused as
shown up.
fuck.
Has Billy D. Williams made an appearance at a Comic-Con? Or at any con?
Yeah, he was at the Planet Comic-Con 2 years ago in KC.
Yeah,
Oh,
he does.
shit,
He
it's
does do
on.
cons.
It's on. Yes.
Done. This is going to happen.
Let's see other random weird news.
I'm kind of curious if he would get it.
Well, I can't tell you a funny story about like Orlando cosplay. He brought that to a convention that his son Cordy Williams is at. He had a line about a few blocks long. I walk out. He notices me. He stands up, leaves his booth,
What?
runs up and goes, "You son of a bitch!" Puts his arm around me. He's like, "I'm giving you so much shit on Facebook right now." He actually takes a photo, tags me in it, puts it on Facebook. I'm like, I'm getting so much hate, but I'm like loving every bit of it. Like, imposter. And I'm like, yes, I am.
That is fucking amazing.
See, this is why I'm working out so I can actually join you guys in the insanity of cosplay, because I will do Bolin, goddammit.
Do who?
My first cosplay is like, if I can tilt the camera back up there. See Pabu up there?
Yeah.
The furry? You're going to be a furry?
No, Pabu.
Ah!
What? Dante.
Legend of Korra.
Oh, right.
I am going to be Bolin.
Oh, that
It's
poor
much-
show got canceled-ish.
Especially because I
No,
want
once.
to... Well, actually, speaking of Legend of Korra, there was the weird fucking news at Comic-Con where it's like, by the way, this episode on Friday is the last one Nickelodeon's going to air, and it's going to be digital from now on. We're not canceling the show. We just realized everyone watches it fucking online.
Well, duh.
Because it's my age group is watching it, not the kids who watch Nickelodeon.
So I've got a crazy question. I'm not too familiar with Nickelodeon. Do they have an online presence like Netflix where they broadcast their episodes as well, or?
Yes, you can watch full streaming episodes on their actual site. The quality is okay. It's not 1080p, I don't think. I think it goes as high as 720.
Was there any word on whether or not they were keeping it just on their site, or are they going to shoot
No,
out
it's
Crunchyroll and Netflix?
I think if anything, well, eventually it'll be on Netflix because I think the seasons.
They'll put out DVDs and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they'll probably do Amazon. I'm guessing they're going to do Hulu, Amazon Prime, and their own site. I'm guessing, and I'm guessing this free stuff on their site will be probably lower quality than Amazon or. What I'm hoping is they do it on Amazon or Hulu, or where you can do it and just buy the entire fucking like what Clone Wars did on Netflix and Knights of Sedona, where you can like. By the way, here's the season. You can go watch the entire fucking season right now, and that's what I did with Clone Wars. Is I was like episode because I thought they were going to do an episode a week on Netflix, and they're like, nope, the entire season, go. It was 8 brand new episodes or 10 brand new episodes or something crazy like that. Where you're like, just have at it.
Lane's Execute Order 66. It's beautiful. Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Only if you tell them that Order 86 causes the clones to sodomize Jedis.
Which comes after Order 69, which involves Order 34, which we don't want to get into.
And that's how Sith are born.
Because anything involving Rule 34 is pure fucking evil. It's bad enough we made a joke a few weeks ago on Rule 34 in our podcast, and that was just not... Yeah. The numbers are balanced for it, but it would still just be weird. Well, if we still had MIDI, it would be balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it'd be Team Eiffel Tower all over again.
Hey, it's the All-Stars of Eiffel Tower, let me say. There's a difference.
That's a difference.
So what else happened at Comic-Con? I mean...
Evil Dead.
What?
The Evil Dead TV show will star Bruce Campbell.
Not as Ash.
Yes.
As Ash?
As Ash.
Like reminiscing, kind of like How I Met Your Mother, or...
Don't know, because I was like, he's a little old to be playing that character now.
I don't know, have you seen... If you just like Sylvester Stallone's it, he can pull it off.
Right. That would be kind of cool, like the Eternal War with Ash.
Oh my god, that's why the fuck isn't he in the Expendables 3? I know he's not an A-list celebrity, but come on,
he might have asked for too much money. I'm so sorry, Mr. Campbell, I had to say it.
I mean, admittedly, that would have been Expendables 4. Come on. That's when they start bringing the other actors that they haven't got, like, who else is there? Who starred in? Oh no, they already have. Oh, I was gonna say who starred in Masters of the Universe.
They got everybody but
they already
Kurt.
have what?
They got everybody but Kurt Russell from Escape from L.A. That's like the only one they're missing right now.
Well, I was gonna make the joke of what is that guy from
like Dolph Lundgren, but
that's what I was like. But Dolph Lundgren was in the first one,
right?
Yeah. If you want to just hurt yourself, go watch that film again.
Punisher.
No, the Masters of the Universe film.
Oh.
The live-action He-Man.
6 years old, and I'm like, this is ass, Dad. I got my ass whooping after that, but dude, it was truth.
The toys. Oh my God, the toys were so bad. We give Michael Bay shit for Ninja Turtles, but at least the Ninja Turtles kind of look like Ninja Turtles, and at least kind of act like Ninja Turtles, except for I'm really pissed off on how they're treating Donnie. It's like, did we really have to give him nerd glasses? The goggles would have been fine. Do we have to give him the nerd goggles? And then there's a scene in one of the recent trailers where he's like, oh my god, they have guns! It's like, really? They're fucking ninjas.
I guess it'd be Teenage Mutant Hipster Turtles.
Oh god, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because the elevator scene, if you've seen the trailer in the elevator scene where they're all dancing, and it's just like, oh.
Incidentally, I don't want to go see the movie, but since my girlfriend wants to see the movie, I'm going to be seeing the movie.
I'm going to see the movie just for the possible hope. Just for the possible hope that it might be decent.
Well, at least the trailers will be entertaining.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's great? I'm seeing Guardians of the Galaxy tomorrow.
So am I.
What?
Already bought my ticket.
I'm having a hell of a movie week because I'm seeing that tomorrow, and then Tuesday, because I bought the tickets as soon as the website refreshed, I am seeing Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
That movie's yes.
I've already seen the movie. It's fucking amazing, but I want to see it on the big screen. I want to see it in English. And I live in Dallas, and it's going to be in an Alamo Drafthouse, and Funimation is in Dallas.
Nice.
So the chances of somebody from Funimation being at an Alamo Drafthouse in Dallas for the first showing, and only showing at the Alamo Drafthouse, are a little high. Granted, there's people at Funimation I could ask, but...
Bring two things. Bring yourself a camera and a towel, so you can clean yourself off afterwards.
Wait. Make sure you get that towel signed, too.
The only thing I have people, the voice actors I know sign are fucking fruit, and you know this. The weird story, Casey, behind that is we were terribly drunk working guest relations at a con, and
I can't imagine you being terribly sober.
it's actually how I got. It's actually oddly enough how I got promoted and fired in the same 3-year span.
Sobered up.
No, I kept up with the Japanese band that was drinking and told them that they were going to drink and brought them more booze. And then I got released because I'd been drinking and staying up too late, and that's an entire different fucking story. But we were basically, we had not only had, remember the conversation we had last podcast about the Japanese band signing the vibrator?
Let's say no.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the head of guest relations that year really probably shouldn't have been running guest relations and was very, very stressed. So I made the bad decision that let's go buy her a vibrator. And we had not only the guest relations staff pitch in to buy her, the guests were pitching in to help buy this vibrator. Now,
I remember that.
Actually, one of the artist guests, also helped us pick it out over the phone, which was kind of awesome because the two people that they sent, myself and another one, we were like, we don't know what the fuck to buy. And the worst part of this is that was just the start of the weirdness. So we had a Japanese band with a Greek lead female vocalist sign the vibrator. And halfway through the weekend, we decided, what's some other random shit that no one ever signs? And there's a bowl of fruit on the table. And so we go down to the Dead Dog and actually have the guests start randomly signing fruit. Like lemons and limes. So I've got like a picture of a Steve Bloom signed lemon.
I don't even.
We have broke Casey.
I fully vouch for everything he just said. Yes, all of that happened. All of it.
That was also the year where we did the mini music video to Queen. I have that. I wonder if I still have that video somewhere.
Bohemian Rhapsody or one of the others.
It was drunk enough where I had I was like, I have a new phone, and I started filming people, and people were singing, and then out of nowhere, certain people knew I was filming, and as I walked, were walking in front of me, lip syncing, and then it just kind of cascaded.
That's awesome. I mean, come on, spontaneous song breaking out at a Comic-Con? What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. You also have to remember this is Dead Dog, where basically everyone is dead-ass tired and drunk off their ass. And it's the staffers and the guests, not random con-goers. So the con is dead and over at this point. This is a non-official function-esque thing.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when, vibrators and fruit are being signed.
No, the vibrator was signed the night before.
Oh, yeah,
so we
let's
can
say
give
that.
And the worst part of this is I actually have to look up some of the stuff he's voiced.
You know what? Here's the thing. The awesome part of the story is that everybody signed the vibrator. The really disappointing part of it is they forgot to put new batteries in it.
I'm spelling his name wrong, but
Are you looking up?
Okay. Hold on. I don't want to say his name because of what we gave him.
Oh,
okay. Shit, he is in Battle of Gods, and he is in Kai, and he is in DBZ. Okay. Okay, so
So
this
through
other
process of elimination, you basically said his name.
no, he's in a lot of shit. Okay, so what happened is when we bought the vibrator, I decided to randomly buy a pair of fuzzy handcuffs for shits and giggles that involved up in handcuffing two of the Babbel staff the next year at Acon, but that's a weird other story. Oh yeah, Bill doesn't know about that. Yeah, Shion and Brandon were handcuffed with fuzzy handcuffs. It was funny.
I know.
Oh yeah, I know you were there. Yeah, that's right. So when we bought that, it was like, because basically if you spent a certain amount of money, I think it was an extra $5, you got a special gift. Like, fuck it, let's do it. These handcuffs are $10, I'll buy them. Why not? And they were out of the normal special gifts, so they gave us a vibrating cock ring in the shape of a duck. So randomly, one of the voice actors who had donated money to help buy the vibrator, we decided to give it to him as a gift at the end of the con. And I went to another convention 6 months later and asked him, and he had it with him there.
Of course. Where else are you going to use it? I mean, really, if there's anything that's going to entice a furry into having sex with you, it's like, hey, come on in. I've got myself a rubber ducky vibrating cock ring. Let's go to town.
The worst part of it is there was like 4 of us sitting at a table with him trying to figure out how to put it together to get it to work, and the lesbian friend of ours up and picked it up and was like, there you go.
Of course, the one person who knows how to actually please a woman.
Oh.
Bill
will pluck the highlights out of the hair of a girl, so I'm just not even...
So do me a favor here. Name a con in like the next 6 months that you two are going to be at.
Onicon, Hawaii!
I'm not going to make it to Onicon, Hawaii.
Hey, Onicon, Galveston!
Come on, Galveston.
Galveston might be possible, but unlikely.
My ass is definitely going to be there.
Well, I mean, are you flying? Are you flying or driving down?
Oh, I'm flying.
Yeah, but you're working.
You're driving it. That was terminal.
Are you working that with Babbel then, or? Are you working for Babbel at that, or?
Yep.
Okay. We might have to all three talk about it later, but definitely, Casey, you need to come to Acon next year. Because that is the insanity.
Okay.
And it gives you the excuse to fly in a day early and fucking hang out with me here in Dallas.
Actually, yeah. When does that take place? June?
The last weekend of May or the first weekend of June.
Okay, that's what I thought. So you've mentioned that one before. That gives me enough time to put together a Deadpool costume. Sorry, Bill. If there's one thing I'm going to dress up as that requires wearing actual clothes or a costume, it's going to be Deadpool.
All right, fuck it. I'll try and lose as much goddamn weight as I can by then, and I will be the fat Deadpool with a thing of donuts.
Nice. I'm gonna do Lando Pool.
Or maybe I can do a Deadpool and get like a Simpsons hat and be Homer Pool.
I tell you what too. If I'll plan ahead, and I will attempt to weaponize a sex toy to use as Deadpool.
No. Unfortunately, that will not make it through weapons check.
Wait.
What if it inflates?
What if we did the many versions of Boo? I'm black, so I'll do Oob. You'll do regular Boo. You can do Super Boo, Casey.
That requires prosthetics and a lot of pink paint.
What if I got one of those like really like the crazy big bold necklaces that people like to wear with like I don't know fucking Naruto and all that stuff, and we'll just say they're like anal.
Did you just call it Naruto?
I don't fucking care. I don't watch that.
No, it just sounded like the
Naruto.
It sounded like the porn version of it. I'm gonna go watch some Naruto porn.
Right. I mean, I can run around and poke asses too, but yeah, we'll just like weaponized anal bead nunchucks or something. I don't know. Those would work, right? They'd totally let me slip by with that. Dude, that is the biggest fucking chain that I've ever seen on nunchucks.
Actually,
Yeah.
the sad thing is I saw a picture of someone who had a Dragon Ball Z necklace with all the 7 Dragon Balls on it, and it was just laying unhooked. And I was like, "That's not a Dragon Ball necklace."
Oh God!
So when the 7th one pops out, you get to make a wish. Okay. Okay, back to the Comic-Con.
Let me just say, when there's a will, there's a way.
Speaking of Comic-Con and Will Wheaton,
Yes.
his show's kind of sad, isn't it? It's like a sad geek version of The Soup or Tosh.0 or the Will Wheaton Project? I mean,
honestly, I wouldn't know. I've never watched it. I mean, I know that he podcasts and he does all this stuff, but I've never been compelled to watch, Wesley Crusher do his thing. Shut up, Wesley.
I love to watch his board game show. I love to watch it when he does the PAX D&D panel where they do D&D live, and it's just they keep killing his character, and it's amusing to watch him die over and over again. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just like Chris Hardwick. I understand why they keep giving him shows. It's Chris Hardwick. The man is funny almost no matter what he does.
Hey, I actually have a special request now that we're talking about this. Bill, would you mind saying "Shut up, Wesley"?
Shut up, Wesley.
And one of our viewers did have a random question. Yes, Bill does tend to walk around conventions half naked wearing a towel with an Old Spice.
Oh!
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Look at your man. Now back to me. Fortunately,
No, Bill. The sad thing is there's Japanese bands that now have the act of swan diving associated with...
Oh, no. That's a story that's not appropriate for a lot of podcast viewers out there.
We are an 18-plus podcast for a good reason.
I don't know this story.
Well, personally, I have to go do said black guy stuff. So Bill's got to head out here for a minute. If you want, you can tell said story that could possibly be true.
No. We're going to have Bill back on, especially when we have Luke on.
Absolutely.
And Robin on, and we'll tell the wonderful swan dive. And it's just it was more amusing to hear the Japanese guest say it.
Well, Bill, I gotta say it's been great talking to you. I know Old Spice needs their man back, so we'll let you go. But it's been a pleasure, man. It's good to finally meet you.
All right, thanks for being on, Bill. Hopefully we can get you on again soon.
You know it. Pleasure having me.
Every other Wednesday.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right. All right, I guess we can kind of finish up Comic-Con because...
Now, if there's a man whose voice I could describe as sounding like liquid semen and melted butter, it'd be his. Wait. No, that was right. Wait.
Yeah, we don't need that T-shirt. That's a T-shirt we don't need.
Liquid butter and melted semen? No. That worked better the other way around.
Yeah. Because I know we could do, like, a piece of toast, like, with...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
We've had good T-shirt ideas. That's not one of them.
It'd be like a bird's nest, but with... Yeah, no. So, anyway, anything else at Comic-Con worth mentioning?
Okay, we Avengers, Ant-Man... Avengers 2... They've already announced Guardians of the Galaxy 2, for fuck's sakes, and then the movie hasn't even come out.
Well, there's an extended calendar set out. Like, there's 2 or 3 movies that we can expect from Marvel coming out for the next five years, and that makes sense in terms of like project planning. So I'm not really surprised to see a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy because they could scrub that at any given minute.
True. Oh God, what else? Lots of video game stuff, obviously. Oddly enough, I rant about fucking Monster Hunter a decent amount because that's what I want to pursue as a streamer.
Right.
And,
you want to be Monster Hunter.
And the present. Okay, I understand them having a presence at E3, I understand them having the giant fucking display with one of the new dragons, and you can go up and get your picture taken on it or in front of it or whatever.
Okay.
That makes sense. It's free.
Yeah.
And them being on the Treehouse Live with Nintendo, they were at fucking Comic-Con with the full fucking display and predominant, like very like cosplayers and the whole nine bit. I was like, they are really pushing this franchise because I think they're starting to realize it's what saved the PSP in Japan.
Right. So they're hoping they might introduce it and take it seriously out here.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
So
do you? I mean, you mentioned all this stuff. Did it feel like they were going to make a major push on Dragon Hunt or Monster Hunter at all?
Monster Hunter has existed in the U.S.
Right.
It's been there since PlayStation 2. We've only actually gotten... There's only, two versions we've never gotten in the U.S. There's Monster Hunter Portable Third, which I actually was PS3, which I have a copy of, and it was on PSP.
Right.
And both of those are in portable, so it's not really a big deal. And then they did a Monster Hunter Frontier, which was a 360 and PSP MMO.
Okay, so my question
which would have been more of your...
Were either of those successful? Like
oh, hugely!
Companies? Right. So
fucking gigantic.
Did it feel like they were going to introduce maybe something new, or maybe roll out even more support for those Monster Hunter games that are already out, or is there something we can expect?
Well, I mean, like the weird thing is like the newest Monster Hunter game that got announced using the Unreal, I think 4 engine, is for China only, and it's an online MMO.
Oh,
and it's like what the fuck? Of all the countries to get it, why China?
Yeah, but I think they're the most difficult to create a game for. Like, okay, so like WoW goes to China, and you have to redo the game so that you don't have any Walking Dead running around with bones exposed, and you're considerate of their cultural needs. But if you were to take a game that you introduced in China and you took it to the U.S., you could do it as is. You could make it even more grotesque or realistic or what have you, and not have to change a damn thing. People in the U.S. just write it off as, oh, it's another import that I wanted to play. Let's play this.
Well, and that's the nice thing about Monster Hunter is there isn't really anything terribly offensive in it because the monsters in it might resemble some dinosaurs or cow-like creatures, but they're not. There's a whole biology behind and patterns behind all the monsters and everything, and I think that's one of the reasons it's so successful is because it is so different from everything else out there, and it is accessible at least on a. I could see an 8-year-old playing it and a 40-year-old playing it.
Okay.
Because I could see it something like because it's meant to be co-op, and like the thing with the Wii, unfortunately the 4th version is only going to be 3DS, but the Wii U version could play with a 3DS version in the same household.
So do you think they're introducing it in China because they have a larger potential for selling that game, or maybe they save on costs to import it to China versus like the U.S.?
I think there was a developer in China willing to pay up the money to do it, like some of the MMOs that we kind of get pulled over there. Mm-hmm. Like there was the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon-esque one that got released here recently, but it's not done. It's one of those other non-Blizzard Perfect World Entertainment, I think, or Zen or something like that. It's some weird one. It's free to play. It looks nice. It's endorsed by Jet Li, and it's all this wonderful stuff. And it's perfect for that market. But when they tried to pull it over and do the whole Westernization, and it didn't work out so well. So I think it's one of those. I think there's an MMO company over there willing to pay for the license and have it designed for their market. I don't think we'll ever see it in the U.S., but the interesting thing I found out is people have been questioning why are these... This used to be a very Sony-heavy franchise.
Yeah.
Because it was on PSP, PS2, and there is no... And the PS3 one was an upgraded version. Is because I think they have a license agreement with Nintendo to do two DS versions. Mm-hmm. And so I think...
Basically, they're no longer exclusive to Sony, is what I'm hearing.
I think that's the truth. So I think we might actually see a PS4 Vita, because at least in Japan, a Monster Hunter on Vita that because the Vita is so close graphically in some regards to the PS3, you could probably get away with a PS4 version and dumb it down to a Vita version.
Mhm.
Would absolutely sell the Vita and would definitely sell the PS4 in Japan. I mean, it's scary how well it sells.
You said this was going out to Nintendo now, or they were going to license it.
Well, no, Nintendo had 3 and now they're getting 4.
Oh,
And we don't know where.
okay.
It's okay. It's also one of these weird things where we're only getting the ultimate versions, which in Japan they call the 3G and the 4G versions. They actually released the normal game. It sells like fucking hotcakes.
Right.
And then about 8 months to a year later, they release the upgraded version, which is like the Game of the Year edition or the what we would think of expansion packs with the original game. And it's just like, and it still prints money. Now, we're fortunate enough to actually get those versions that have all the extra monsters and quests and everything. But I mean, in reality, there's not a terribly large difference in the two games. I mean, it's just more content, but it sells just as well.
So,
they get special editions for every season.
What I'm going for is like, so you've got Sony, which more or less had exclusivity to this game, and now you've got Nintendo that's either got 1 or 2 versions out there of it. Do you see this as maybe being like the Final Fantasy franchise, where for the longest time Nintendo had exclusive distribution of that game, or was the exclusive platform for it, and then Sony got it?
Well, I think with this, it wasn't Sony had it exclusively. I think because the Japanese market is handhelds in the Japanese market do a little bit better, and certain features like co-op on a handheld in the Japanese market works. And the example, Street Pass does not. If the DS was designed, or the 3DS was designed in the US, we probably would not have seen Street Pass set up the way it was, where you physically have to be near someone for it to work. In a densely populated country like Japan, it makes sense.
Okay.
So co-op only games make a little bit more sense in the Japanese market, especially with handhelds and mobiles. So it was a very popular mobile game. Insanely, it had multiple versions. It had 3 PSP versions. Because again, you want to be near that person and being able to yell at them, and that's I think why you see Super Smash doing better in Japan, and you see things like Mario Party. 4 has more of an online functionality built into it. 3 had it, but it's kind of tacked on. You can know it kind of looked like it was last minute, like online. It's more functionality built into 4 because I think they started understanding the Western market does want this. There is a place for us there, and they like online a shit ton more. And from what I understand, I think Monster Hunter 4G or Unlimited will be region unlocked for multiplayer.
That might make it more.
Because I was playing with some guys on the Wii U version of it, and they spoke Spanish, and I didn't. So I was just like, "See, I will go with you." And he was like Monster Hunter ranked 200, and I'm like ranked 3. So I was going to follow him wherever the fuck he went, because whatever the fuck we were going to fight was going to die.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's. I think we should try the 4th one when it comes out, because I think most of us have 3DSs, or even if you don't have one by then, it'll be like 150 fucking bucks new, $150 new.
Yeah.
But anywho, moving on, Comic-Con stuff. I ranted on Monster Hunter like I normally do. What else did we miss? Marvel, Batman. More video game shit. I'm sure there's something, but it's not.
Oh, I've been having a lot of fun looking at.
Oh fuck, Mad Max.
Oh right, so
holy shit! How do we forget about that? I thought it was
not a reboot.
I thought it was a reboot.
No.
I thought it was a reboot until I saw his back in the trailer, where he has the tattoos, and I'm like, oh. That's why I'm this, because I was trying to figure out, like, none of this story makes sense as a reboot. What the fuck's going on? Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's a full sequel. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The actor looks like he plays. It's gonna good. I know we're getting a game. The game is a reboot. So. It makes me want to go watch the old films again.
It really makes me wonder how many people out there have. So, like, when did Mad Max come out? So, early 80s,
Yeah.
I'd say. So, you figure a lot of people are maybe in their maybe mid-20s, right? These movies came out before they were even alive. So, a continuation of these movies versus a reboot, is this a smart move? Do you think there's enough interest in the franchise to pull new people in like that, or is it going to be primarily nostalgia-driven?
I think the way the trailer runs, you don't have to know he's the Road Warrior.
Okay.
I don't think you have to know he wants to be on Thunderdome. I think all you have to know is water became very important, gas became very important. The world went to hell in a... The world went to hell...
In the handbasket.
Yeah, handbasket, there we go. Yeah. I was going to say handhole, and I was like, that's not right.
In a handhole.
It went to hell in a glory hole.
Went to hell in the hand patty. I don't. We're just talking gibberish now.
Yeah.
So, have you seen this? Are you kind of excited about it?
Oh fuck yeah!
I haven't
That's all
seen
the trailer.
the previews. I just heard about it.
Oh, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, you can watch it and go, yeah, this is
Michael Bay directing it.
Fuck no, thank God.
Okay, I'll watch it. So
no, don't even get me started on Bay, because there's the rumor Bay is trying to get a hold of Evangelion.
Oh Christ, no.
And no, we're like, please no, please. There Pacific Rim news, and that's the other thing. There's Pacific Rim news. We already know they're making a sequel, but they also Legendary talked about the Warcraft movie and showed props.
So, yeah, Warcraft is that same old siren song. And guess what? You can play that through the NVIDIA tablet, a Shield tablet. So, there's... God,
Draenor is good. Draenor is good. Draenor fixes every complaint I have about the game right now.
I've been holding that... No. God.
Fuck. When you hit someone... It says hundreds and maybe into the thousands of damage.
Okay. Well, I kind of expected that given scaling, and
yes.
Honestly, you could do that.
The item shrink was needed. It looks amazing. It feels better. But as for Draenor, I'm going to boost a shaman.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed playing a shaman so much in the beta, I'm like, I don't think I might roll Pally ever again.
Really? That's actually
having
shocking.
A lot of fun with a shaman.
So, do you think, just to take a side road down here, a lot of the character classes have, either one viable role or two or three. Do you think you can go from a paladin which has 3 viable roles to something that only has 2?
Yes, because I am playing a crap ton of WildStar. And WildStar is weird, where every single class in the game has 2 viable roles.
Okay. Every
single class can either DPS and tank, or DPS and heal. So in other words, and you can do multi-talent builds.
Yeah.
So you can go into a 40-man raid and never have the wrong amount of...
Nice.
Gear might be an issue, playstyle might be an issue, but there's no excuse for going, I'm just a DPS class, I'm sorry.
And actually, I think, here's the other thing that I want to mention about WildStar, that I think they did that WoW needs to do, is, it seems to me like in WildStar, you have a number of abilities you can choose from that give you different options to exercise in combat. Whereas in WoW, I felt deluged with all the different abilities that you get in, like, the 90 levels that you go up. So I ran out of, like, action bar keys to put different abilities into. Like, I'm mapping shit to my mouse. I've got the action bar stuff. And I'm running out of space. There are abilities that I don't use because I just...
I think Draenor does push towards that a little bit more, because I've never played a shaman, and
they're one of those that I really feel suffers from that too.
I really started. I got my rotation down because they ease you into with that 90 boost that they do now.
Okay.
They boost you into what abilities your class should be focusing on. And I still had a few more keys than I normally use in WildStar, but the amount of shit I had on my bars in comparison to my Paladin, because my Paladin has everything, because that's what I'm used to. And I was like, there's a lot of stuff you don't really absolutely need to have on the hotbar that they have access to. And I think they've limited it a little bit more now, too.
It might not be Blizzard addressing that as much as you playing a different class, a class that doesn't have as many tricks.
No, to my understanding, depending on the specialization now, there's certain spells you can't use.
Okay.
Because they're specialized to that specialization.
You know, I'd say that'd be nice, but...
It's better than it used to be.
Okay.
But the Warcraft movie, they did show some props. The props do look badass. But I think the last thing we need to talk about for Comic-Con, I'm sure there's a lot of shit we're missing. But because the Legendary panel is what we're talking about, and we're talking about Warcraft, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, Godzilla 2 with Rodan and Mothra.
Okay,
it's going to happen.
I'll be honest, Godzilla 2000 just scared me scarred me off of the franchise. Didn't watch Godzilla. Do you think it really warrants having a sequel?
The new one? You didn't see the new one?
No. No. Godzilla 2000 was really that bad.
Hold on. Are we talking Godzilla 2000?
Godzilla 2000.
Are we talking the 1990...
With this fucking Ferris Bueller.
Those are two different films.
Yeah. There's
actually a Godzilla 2000 movie.
They produced a movie that was so bad, it scared me away from any future association, any movies associated with that name.
They made a movie so bad that they started Godzilla 2000, actually titled Godzilla 2000, which is back more to the traditional Japanese Godzilla. They did another series of those movies, and the last, I think it's like Godzilla X or Godzilla versus Destroyer or something like that. But at the end of that series, the last movie they do, Godzilla's fighting all these different Godzillas, and they fight Project X. And Project X happens to be the really shitty American Godzilla. And the Japanese Godzilla kicks its ass and destroys it. It's wonderful. But the reboot that just happened, fucking amazing. The only complaint people had was like, it's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes of Godzilla, and the rest of it's human. So it's like, that's every fucking Godzilla film in existence. It's the build up to it, and Godzilla. But I'll give a little bit of spoilers. Is they do some fun transition work where, you'll have Godzilla fighting the monster, and then they'll do the wipe and the cut, and they'll be like in a casino or something, and there'll be a TV in the background as people are talking in the foreground, showing the news footage of the rest of the fight.
Huh.
So there's little fun things like that, and it's very Pacific Rim-ish in its scale, but it feels still more like a traditional Japanese Godzilla film. It doesn't feel anything like the shite we put out.
The one with Matthew Broderick.
I think it was a far more respectful film, and it's done well enough here and abroad to warrant a second film. And a second film that actually uses very iconic villains. Or I won't even say villains, monsters. Kaiju. So
nice.
I think that's the last thing out of Comic-Con I can really... That's on the top of my head. I mean, so much happens, it's almost impossible to cover, but I mean...
Oh, no kidding.
The Superman stuff, the Marvel stuff, Avengers 2 is going to be amazing. We all know it's going to be fucking amazing. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good wrap to the week. We've definitely gone over our time, that's for sure.
And actually, Godzilla is now available on Netflix, so I think I might start my evening off with that. And just below it, the one with fucking Matthew Broderick in it. God damn it. Never mind. Maybe another.
As the depression happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out on it's not on DVD yet, so it won't be on streaming or the
What? Godzilla 2014. Oh, it's you're right. It's not streaming. It's save this. Well, I will do that now.
But yeah, just go watch the trailer again. That's probably enough to warrant how kind of badass it is.
All right.
Anywho, I think we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, let's get out
hopefully
of here.
we'll have everyone else. Sorry for everyone who was watching. We were having technical issues because Google is a pain in our ass.
Yeah, that and Bill needs a set of headphones because I think every time we talked, especially when he was talking, it was, problems.
Well, that was kind of a last minute thing. We've been trying to get him on for a long time, and I was just like, "Fuck it, get your ass on. We need somebody."
Dante, honestly, next time let's try and get him off.
No.
But don't.
New.
Come on, Bill. You game? Yeah. You can wear your Deadpool costume. Look, I know ways to get semen out of that stuff.
Just offer him a chimichanga. Okay.
Right. We'll pre-grease him.
Oh God, that is the most a chimichanga fleshlight. Oh, Marvel, don't make it happen.
I can weaponize one of those.
A fleshlight? I hope not.
Weaponized chimichanga fleshlight.
Okay.
Makes
So
sense to me.
definitely, probably next podcast we're going to talk Sharknado 2 because I finally saw the first one more or less.
Oh God.
Tonight.
How about was it Shark in a Pool? I like that more.
Also, please go to Facebook, like us. If we hit 500 people, I'm going to give away, or the podcast will give away either Warlords of Draenor, WildStar, or maybe a Steam $50 gift card. We don't know. If we hit 5,000, I will give away a PS4. I will go buy one and fucking mail it to you. But yeah,
Nice.
so we're aiming for 500 likes, people. If we get to 1,000, we might do something even more special. We get to 5,000.
Dances naked. Yeah.
No. Casey will go to Burning Man naked.
Wouldn't be the first. Oh, it would be the first time. Never mind.
Yeah, so
We really should do that. Yeah. I've been to BlizzCon naked twice,
but not Burning Man.
but not Burning Man. No, just something about being naked and the word burning that don't.
That was those are the two things. Google apparently is buying Twitch for $1 billion.
Yes. And here's a big selling point for the NVIDIA Shield tablet, is that not only can you stream on Twitch with that when you play, but also they are probably the only tablet where you can record what you're playing or what you're doing on your tablet really easily. So essentially they've got a Fraps feature, they call it shadow play, on their device, which makes it easy to make these videos. So I think if you're in the podcasting or video making community, this is definitely an essential tool that you could use for like showing people how to do stuff on Android or playing these games on the go. So check that out.
And that's the other thing is the Twitch is the Dota 2 Internationals happened.
Yes.
And they've said
on ESPN2. We need to cover this next show.
Yeah,
because this is huge.
One of the big things that popped up is they finally released the numbers. Over the weekend, not only did they sell at the Staples Center for 4 fucking days, let's see professional sports that play at the fucking Staples Center do that. Was it the Staples Center? No, was it? Shit, I'll have to look it up. But it's in Seattle where the Seattle basketball team plays, the Supersonics play or whatever. Other sports that we don't care about. 20 million people watched over the weekend worldwide, and concurrently 2 million at the peak.
Yeah, I gotta say
that's getting close to FIFA territory. Like small, low end, like the still qualifiers for FIFA, but that's still.
I definitely like to have a discussion on that in the future, especially since is this kind of like the culmination of a big build-up, like this is the event, since there have not been any the events recently or in recent memory, or is this the beginning of a trend?
I think it's the beginning of the trend because the League of Legends Championship still was, I think it was like a 2 million or something over the tournament or something. Mm-hmm. I remember watching one of the games live, and there was like 500,000 people fucking watching it live, and I was like, okay. This is pretty amazing, but the internationals, Dota 2 is a little bit bigger.
Let's pick this up next show because I think we can definitely give it the attention it needs.
All right. Well, that's our podcast. Again, go like us on Facebook at facebook.com/geekswitchnet or geekswitch.net. Like
I'm
it's on
Not Furioso on Twitter. You can hit me up, follow me, all that stuff. I promise I'll try to be more entertaining. I really haven't been lately.
I'm at Kirwin. I post a decent amount, but I've been trying to play up with the at midnight stuff lately.
Yeah, if you have any Windows 8 8.1 tips for Kirwin, be sure to hit them up. You can use
I
it.
have a start button now.
Yeah, me too.
That's the one thing I was regretting moving over. It's like, it doesn't have a start button. Well, it's been out long enough where people have made really good ones. I was like, okay, I'm set.
You know,
And
I wouldn't
my
mind
Windows 7
talking
takes,
about that too, because
yeah. My Windows 7 though takes like 4 minutes to boot in.
What? Dude,
Because I boot into 8.1 and then have to do the boot selection into Windows 7, and it has to restart, and then it goes into it, and then I've shrunk my Windows 7 install down significantly, so it's even slower. And it's just like, but where my Windows 8.1 is like boot up, boot in, done. I was just like, why would I ever go back? And I'm on Windows 7 right now because we were having technical issues. I'm like, oh fuck.
And you know what? I've been looking on my gaming rig whether or not to upgrade from 7 Professional to 8.1. For $60, if you time it right, get a digital download. It can be done, and I think that's fairly inexpensive for an OS upgrade.
I think I'm not going to do a new system build until 9.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go solid state and just build a brand new machine.
Oh, absolutely.
Leave this machine for whoever comes and visits.
Nice.
And like just build a new fucking box or hook this one up to my TV or something. Anywho, so there was that.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
We'll talk to you guys next week, and thanks for watching. And you can always send us a letter at podcast@geekswitch.net. And remember, the more you share us, the more you like us, the more free shit we will give away.
Kirwin strips naked. Next episode, if we hit 5,000 likes on Facebook.